My daughter-in-law posted a family photo with my face circled. If you could erase one person from the family, who would you choose? I saw it at 11:43 p.m. on a Tuesday. I was in bed scrolling through my phone, and there it was, the Christmas photo from last year. My whole family gathered around my dining room table. Golden hour light through the windows. Everyone smiling except Victoria had drawn a thick red circle around my face. Just mine, the caption. If you could erase one person from the family, who would you choose? You know my choice. My hands started shaking. I scrolled through the comments. 67 of them, all from her side of the family. Her mother. I know exactly who I'd pick. LOL. Her sister. Some people really overstay their welcome, don't they? Victoria responded to each one. More jokes about controlling old women and time to let go. Daniel hadn't commented. Neither had my other boys. I sat in the dark for a long time. Here's the thing. I'm not some meddling mother-in-law. When Daniel married Victoria 6 years ago, I welcomed her completely. Threw her a bridal shower, helped them move, babysat every Thursday, brought groceries when money was tight, paid for their kitchen renovation when pipes burst. $15,000 I never asked back. But this past year changed. Little comments. Must be nice having so much free time. Daniel's always worried what his mother thinks. Babysitting stopped. She'd scroll through her phone during dinner. I thought she was stressed. New job, kids getting older. I gave her space. This was my reward. At 7:18 a.m., I commented, "The house you're living in isn't your husband's. It's mine. And I just voted to erase you from my property." Then I called my lawyer. Patricia answered immediately. "Eleanor, what's wrong?" "I need to know my options on the Sycamore Street property." Pause. "That's Daniel's house. That's my house. Daniel lives there." "What happened?" I told her everything. When I finished, she exhaled slowly. "You publicly said you're evicting her. I want to know what's legally possible. The house is in your name. You bought it outright for $340,000 or 7 years ago. You pay the taxes. They live rent-free, correct? Then you can ask them to leave. 30 days notice. After that, file for eviction if they refuse." I felt something cold settle in my chest. "And if I do this, your son will probably never forgive you." Patricia's voice was gentle. "Is this really what you want?" "It's not about the post. It's about 6 years watching her pull my son away. Teaching my grandchildren I'm someone to be ashamed of. She thinks I'm just some old woman who will take anything to stay in my grandchildren's lives. Are you scared of losing them?" "Terrified. But I'm more scared of teaching my 8-year-old granddaughter that women should accept disrespect to keep the peace." My phone started buzzing. Daniel, Victoria, my other sons. 63 missed calls. 100 texts. I turned it off. The thing is, Daniel told Victoria he bought that house. He didn't, I did. When they got married, he was drowning in student loans. I bought it in cash so they'd have stability. He never told her the truth. Let her believe it was his. Their house, their equity, their future, but it wasn't. At 2 p.m., I turned my phone back on and sent one message to Daniel. "Coffee tomorrow, 10 a.m., my place, just you." Then I called Patricia back. "Send the 30-day notice. Certified mail today." There was a long pause. "Eleanor, are you absolutely sure?" I thought about that photo, my face circled in red. 47 people laughing at me. Victoria teaching my granddaughter that this is how you treat family. "I'm sure, send it." I hung up and sat at my kitchen table. My phone buzzed with Patricia's confirmation. "Notice sent. It'll arrive tomorrow morning." Then my doorbell rang. I walked to the window and my breath caught. Daniel's car was in my driveway. Right now? He was pacing on my front porch, phone pressed to his ear. Through the glass I could see his face, red and furious. Patricia's notice wouldn't arrive until tomorrow. He had no idea what was coming. The doorbell rang again, harder this time. Then his fist pounded the wood. "Mom, I know you're in there. Your car's here." Open the door. My hand was on the deadbolt. One turn and this conversation happens right now. Before the legal notice. Before he knows the truth about who really owns his house. While he still thinks I'm just an angry mother who made an empty threat online. My lawyer's words echoed. "Once you have that conversation, there's no going back." I opened the door. Daniel pushed past me before I could say anything. His face was blotchy and his tie was loose like he'd been pulling at it. He spun around in my entryway. "What the hell, Mom?" What the hell was that comment? I closed the door slowly. I saw Victoria's post. He threw his hands up. "So you threatened to evict us publicly? Do you have any idea how humiliating that is?" I walked past him into the kitchen. "I needed coffee for this." He followed. "You can't just kick us out of our house because your feelings got hurt." I filled the kettle. "It's not your house." Daniel froze. "What?" "The house on Sycamore Street? It's not yours. It's mine. I bought it 7 years ago. You live there rent-free." His mouth opened, but nothing came out. I turned the stove on. "You were drowning in student loans when you got married. $140,000. You couldn't get approved for a mortgage. So I bought the house in cash. $340,000. I put it in my name so you'd have somewhere stable to raise a family." His face went white. "You told me you co-signed." I shook my head. "You assumed. I never corrected you. Why?" because you needed to feel like a man providing for his family. I understood that. But Daniel, you told Victoria you bought that house. That was your choice. Your lie, not mine. He sat down hard in one of my kitchen chairs. She thinks we own it. I poured water over a coffee filter. You've been living there for 6 years. I've paid every property tax bill, every insurance premium. I've never asked for rent, never asked you to contribute to repairs. When the roof needed replacing last year, I paid $8,000. You thanked me for helping out, but it wasn't helping out. It was me maintaining my property. Daniel's hands were shaking. Why didn't you ever say anything? Because I loved watching you be happy. I loved seeing my grandchildren grow up in a stable home. I loved that you felt proud and independent. But last night, your wife circled my face in a family photo and asked the internet if they could erase me. 67 people laughed. Her mother, her sister, friends I've met at birthday parties and holidays. And Victoria responded to every single comment with more jokes about what a burden I am. The kettle whistled. I poured my coffee. I gave you everything I had, Daniel. Money, time, love. I showed up for every recital and soccer game. I babysat every Thursday for 4 years until Victoria stopped asking. I paid for your kitchen renovation when those pipes burst. $15,000. You said you'd pay me back, but I told you not to worry about it. Because that's what family does. His voice was barely a whisper. I didn't know about the post. I was in a meeting. I picked up my mug. But you knew how she's been treating me. The comments at dinner. The way she rolls her eyes when I talk. How she suddenly got too busy for me to see my grandchildren except at big family events where she can't avoid me. You knew and you said nothing. That's not fair, isn't it? When was the last time you defended me, Daniel? He looked away. 3 months ago at brunch. She made a joke about me being lonely and pathetic. You laughed. I heard you. I sat down across from him. I'm not doing this to hurt you. I'm doing this because I will not teach my granddaughter that women should accept humiliation silently just to keep the peace. If I let this go, what am I telling her? That it's okay for people to publicly mock you as long as they're family? That you should be grateful for crumbs of respect? His jaw tightened. So you're really going to evict us? The notice is already sent. Certified mail. You'll get it tomorrow morning. You have 30 days. Where are we supposed to go? I don't know. But you're 34 years old with a good job and 6 years of savings you didn't spend on rent or mortgage payments. You'll figure it out. What about the kids? What about them? You're their grandmother. Exactly. And I will always be their grandmother. But I will not be the grandmother who let their mother teach them that cruelty is acceptable. Daniel stood up so fast his chair scraped against the floor. This is insane. You're destroying our family over a social media post. I'm setting a boundary. There's a difference. He started pacing. Victoria's going to lose her mind. She already has. I've gotten 47 texts from her this morning. I blocked her number an hour ago. You blocked her? I took a sip of coffee. What do you want me to say, Daniel? That I'm sorry? I'm not. She humiliated me publicly, and you've enabled her disrespect for months. This is a consequence. He stopped pacing and looked at me. His eyes were wet. I don't know how to fix this. That's not my problem to solve anymore. The words came out harder than I meant them, but I didn't take them back. Daniel pulled out his phone. His hands were shaking as he typed something. Then he looked up. I need to go tell her before that letter arrives. I nodded. That's probably wise. He walked to the door and stopped with his hand on the knob. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. I didn't realize how bad it had gotten. I know. That's part of the problem. He left. I sat alone in my kitchen and listened to his car start in the driveway. My phone buzzed. My other son, Trevor. Just saw Victoria's post. Are you okay? I typed back. I'm fine. Handling it. 3 dots appeared. Then disappeared. Then appeared again. Mom, what did you do? I set my phone face down and finished my coffee. The next morning at 9:47 a.m., my phone rang. Daniel. I let it ring 4 times before answering. Hello? Mom, the letter just came. His voice was strange, flat. Victoria opened it. And there was a long pause. She's throwing things. I can hear crashes in the background. Glass breaking. Victoria screaming. Tell that bitter old witch she can rot in hell. More crashing. Daniel's breathing was heavy. She didn't know. About the house? No. I told her the truth this morning after I left your place. She didn't believe me. She called me a liar. Said I was trying to cover for you. Then the letter came. Certified mail from Patricia's law office. Official 30-day eviction notice. She read it out loud and then she just started screaming. I didn't say anything. Mom, she threw a plate at the wall. She's ripping up the letter. The kids are crying. My stomach twisted at that. Where are the kids now? With me in the garage. I got them out when she started breaking things. Are they okay? Scared. Sienna keeps asking why Mommy's so angry. What did you tell her? That grandma made a mistake. I felt that like a slap. A mistake, yes. Because what else was I supposed to say? That grandma owns our house and Mommy didn't know and now we have to leave? The truth would have worked. Daniel's voice rose. They're 8 and 5, Mom. They don't need to know their grandmother is evicting them. I'm not evicting them. I'm evicting Victoria. You're their father. They're collateral damage and you know it. Maybe. But they're also learning that actions have consequences. There was silence. Then he said, Victoria wants to talk to you. Absolutely not. Mom, please, no. She made her choice when she posted that photo. She made it again in every comment she left. I'm done being her punching bag. She wants to apologize. Then she can do it in writing. Through a lawyer. Or better yet, she can post a public apology on the same platform where she humiliated me. Let her mother and sister and all those friends see her take accountability. You know she won't do that? Then I guess she's not actually sorry. More crashing in the background. Daniel sighed. We need more than 30 days. The lease on any decent rental is going to require first month, last month, and security deposit. That's at least $6,000 up front, plus moving costs. You have savings. Not enough. Not after the vacation we just booked. You just booked a vacation? We're supposed to leave for Hawaii in 2 weeks. Daniel, you're being evicted. I know, but we can't cancel now. We'll lose the deposit. All of it. $4,000. I closed my eyes. You're telling me you can't afford to move because you spent $4,000 on a vacation to Hawaii. We've been planning this for months. The kids are so excited, cancel it. We can't just cancel a family vacation, Mom. Yes, you can. You call the resort and explain you have a housing emergency. Most places will work with you. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're being cruel for no reason. I'm being realistic. You've lived rent-free for 6 years. You should have savings. We do, but not enough to cover moving expenses and keep our emergency fund intact. Then dip into the emergency fund. This is an emergency. A long pause. Then Victoria's voice in the background. If she wants us out so bad she can pay for the movers. I heard it clearly through the phone. Daniel didn't respond to her. Mom, can we please talk about this in person? All of us. Family meeting. No, Victoria's not rational right now. She's angry. She has a right to be angry. At you for lying to her for 6 years. Not at me, that's not fair. Isn't it? You let your wife believe she owned a house that I bought. You let her make decorating decisions and renovation plans like it was hers. You told her the property value was going up and that you were building equity. All lies, Daniel. None of this would be happening if you'd been honest from the start. I know, his voice cracked. I know, okay? I messed up. But kicking us out isn't going to fix anything. It's going to fix me being disrespected in my own family. There was a long silence. Finally, he said, the letter says we have 30 days. We need at least 60. Talk to your lawyer. Mom, please. I already sent the notice. It's done. What if we can't find a place in 30 days? Then I'll file for eviction and it'll go on your record. You'd really do that? To your own son? You're not my son in this situation. You're a tenant who's been living in my property without a lease. And your wife publicly humiliated me, so yes. I'll do exactly what the law allows me to do. He hung up. I sat there holding the phone. My hands weren't shaking anymore. I felt calm. Cold maybe, but calm. At 11:30, Trevor called. I just talked to Daniel and, Mom, what are you doing? What I should have done a year ago. You're going to make them homeless. They're not going to be homeless. They have 30 days and 2 incomes. They'll figure it out. Victoria's telling everyone you're a monster. Let her. The truth is already out there. She posted it herself. I mean, she's really going nuclear. She's posting about elder abuse, saying you're financially manipulating Daniel, that you're trying to take the kids away. I felt my chest tighten. I'm not responding to anything she posts. Good. Don't. But Mom, you need to know it's getting ugly. Her family's involved now. What do you mean involved? Her brother called me. Said if you don't back off, they're going to make things difficult for you. Difficult how? He didn't say exactly. Just that they have lawyers too. Let them get lawyers. Patricia's already prepared for that. There was a pause. You really thought this through. I had to. This isn't some impulsive decision, Trevor. I sat with this all night before I made the call. I know. Daniel said you seemed really calm when he came over. I am calm. That's what's scaring him. Good. Maybe he'll take me seriously. Trevor sighed. For what it's worth, I think Victoria crossed a line. But I also think you're going to lose Daniel over this. Maybe. But I'm not losing myself. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept checking my phone. At 1:18 a.m., I opened Facebook. Victoria had posted again. A long message about narcissistic mothers-in-law and financial abuse. About how I'd manipulated Daniel for years and was now using money to control him. How I was trying to take her children away. 340 reactions. 89 comments. All supporting her. Her mother. We're here for you, sweetie. This is elder abuse in reverse. Her brother. Say the word and I'll make some calls. My uncle's a real estate lawyer. Trevor had texted me a screenshot. Thought you should see this? I looked at the post for a long time. Then I opened my photos and found the folder I'd labeled Receipts. Bank statements showing $340,000 wire transfer for the house purchase. Property tax bills in my name. Insurance documents. The $15,000 check I'd written for their kitchen renovation. Every birthday and Christmas gift receipt for 6 years. Photos of me babysitting every Thursday with timestamps. I created a new album, Made it public. And I posted it. No caption, just documents. 7 years of proof. I tagged Daniel and Victoria. Then I turned off my phone and went to bed. When I woke up at 6:30 a.m., I had 284 notifications. I made coffee before looking at any of them. Finally, I opened my phone. Victoria's post was gone. So was mine. But the screenshots were everywhere. Someone had downloaded everything before Victoria could make me take it down. The comments on my original post from yesterday, the one where I'd first responded to her family photo, had exploded. People were tagging news stations, calling it financial elder abuse, saying Daniel and Victoria had been scamming me. That wasn't true, but I wasn't going to correct them. At 7:02 a.m., Daniel called. I answered. Did you have to post all of that? Yes, now everyone thinks we're con artists. You are living rent-free in a house you claim to own. What would you call that? I never claimed anything. You told Victoria you bought it. That's claiming. His voice got quiet. She's humiliated. Good. Now she knows how I felt. Mom, her work saw the post. People are calling her a gold digger. I sipped my coffee. Maybe she shouldn't have posted that photo. This is going too far. I disagree. I think it's going exactly as far as it needs to. People are saying we abused you financially. Did you? Long pause. No. Then you have nothing to worry about. What do you want from us? An apology? Public accountability? I want Victoria to delete every comment she made on that post. I want her to admit publicly that she was wrong. And I want you to start couples therapy because this marriage has serious problems that have nothing to do with me. He was quiet for a long time. She won't do it. Then I guess you're moving in 29 days. What if I apologize? For what? For not defending you. For letting her treat you that way. For lying about the house? I set my mug down. I'm listening. I'm sorry, Mom, I really am. I got comfortable and I didn't see how bad it had gotten. And I was embarrassed to tell Victoria the truth about the house because it made me feel like less of a man. So I just kept lying and it got bigger and bigger and now everything's a mess. His voice broke. I don't know how to fix this. You start by telling your wife the truth about everything. Not just the house. Everything. And then you figure out if your marriage can survive honesty. What if it can't? Then it wasn't going to survive anyway. Another long pause. Can we have 45 days instead of 30? I'll talk to Patricia. Thank you. Daniel, yeah? I love you. But I'm not going to let you or anyone else treat me like I'm disposable. I know. I'm sorry it took this to make me see it. We hung up. I called Patricia. I need to amend the notice. 45 days instead of 30. She was quiet for a moment. What changed? He apologized. Is that enough? I don't know yet, but it's a start. At 10:15 a.m., my doorbell rang. I looked through the window. A woman I didn't recognize. Mid-40s, expensive coat. I opened the door with the chain still on. Yes, are you Eleanor? Who's asking? I'm Regina, Victoria's mother. My stomach dropped, but I kept my face neutral. What do you want to talk? We don't have anything to talk about. I think we do. You've humiliated my daughter publicly. Your daughter humiliated me first. That was a joke between friends. A joke is supposed to be funny. Circling my face and asking people if they'd erase me isn't funny. It's cruel. Regina's mouth tightened. Victoria's under a lot of stress, so she takes it out on me? You've been very controlling. I've been generous. There's a difference. You bought them a house and held it over their heads. I bought them a house and never asked for anything in return, until you decided to evict them over a social media post. I decided to set a boundary after 6 years of watching your daughter systematically cut me out of my grandchildren's lives while living rent-free in my property. Regina crossed her arms. Daniel makes good money. They could afford their own place. Then they can go get one. I'm not stopping them. You're forcing them out with 30 days notice. 45 now. Still not enough time. That's a legal conversation between me and my lawyer. Not between you and me. What do you want? For Victoria to apologize? She's not going to grovel. I don't want her to grovel. I want her to take accountability. To admit what she did was wrong. To stop playing victim when she's the one who started this. Regina stepped closer. You're an old woman with too much time on her hands. You need to let your son live his own life. I stepped back and started closing the door. This conversation is over. She put her hand on the door. We're not done. Yes, we are. Get your hand off my door or I'm calling the police. She pulled her hand back but didn't move. You're going to regret this. Is that a threat? It's a promise. My daughter has friends, lawyers, people who can make your life very difficult. Then tell her to get a lawyer and have them contact mine. Patricia Hernandez. I'm sure Victoria has her information from the eviction notice. I closed the door and locked it. Through the window, I watched Regina stand on my porch for another minute before finally walking to her car. My hands were shaking again. I called Patricia. Regina just showed up at my house. Victoria's mother? Yes, she threatened me. What did she say exactly? That Victoria has lawyers who can make my life difficult. That's not a specific threat, I know. But I'm documenting it anyway. Good, do that. Write down everything she said with timestamps. I'm going to start a file. Is this going to get worse? Probably. When people feel backed into a corner, they lash out. Can she actually do anything legally? Not based on what you've told me. The house is yours. The eviction is legal, but she might try to make things difficult in other ways. Like what? Harassment, defamation, trying to turn family against you, maybe even claiming elder abuse. I sat down. Can they claim elder abuse? They can claim anything. Doesn't mean it'll go anywhere, but you should prepare for the possibility. How? Document everything. Save all texts and emails. Don't communicate with Victoria directly. If Daniel wants to talk, that's fine, but keep it focused on the move. Don't engage emotionally. What about my grandchildren? That's trickier. You don't have legal rights to see them. If Victoria and Daniel decide to cut off contact, there's not much you can do. My throat tightened. Even after everything I've done for them? Unfortunately, yes. Parents have the right to decide who sees their children. The only exception would be if you could prove it's harmful to the children to cut off contact, but that's a very high bar, so I might lose them either way. It's possible. I'm sorry we hung up. I sat in my living room and looked at the photos on my walls. Sienna's first day of kindergarten, her brother Julian's soccer tournament, family Christmas mornings, their artwork taped to my refrigerator. What if Victoria decided I never saw them again? What if this whole thing backfired and I lost everything I was trying to protect? My phone buzzed. A text from a number I didn't recognize. You're a miserable old hag who's going to die alone. Hope it was worth it. I blocked the number. 2 minutes later, another text from a different number. Karma's coming for you, blocked, then another. And another. 5 anonymous texts in 10 minutes. All saying versions of the same thing. I was gonna die alone. I was bitter. I was a monster. I turned off my phone and sat in the silence. At 3:30 p.m., someone knocked on my door. Not the doorbell. A hard knock. I looked through the window. Victoria. She was alone, standing on my porch with her arms crossed. I didn't open the door. She knocked again. Eleanor, I know you're home. I can see your shadow. I stayed quiet. Her voice rose. We need to talk. No, we don't. Yes, we do. You've destroyed my life over a stupid post. You destroyed your own life when you decided to publicly humiliate me. It was a joke. A joke doesn't have 67 comments from your friends and family agreeing that I should be erased. That's just social media. People say things they don't mean. Then you can post that you didn't mean it. Apologize publicly. She laughed. It was sharp and bitter. I'm not apologizing. Then we have nothing to talk about. You're seriously going to kick us out? The notice already went out. We'll fight it. You can try. But the house is in my name. I have every legal right to ask you to leave. Victoria's voice changed. Got softer. Please, the kids love this house. They love their schools. Their friends are here. This is the only home they've ever known. You should have thought about that before you posted that photo. I made a mistake. Then own it. How? Post a public apology. Admit you were wrong. Take accountability instead of playing victim. I heard her moving on the porch. When I peeked through the curtain, she was sitting on the steps. Her shoulders were shaking. She was crying. I watched her for a long time. Part of me wanted to open the door, to comfort her, to make this all go away, but I didn't. Because this wasn't about comfort. It was about respect. After 10 minutes, she stood up and walked to her car. She sat in the driver's seat for another 5 minutes before driving away. That night, Daniel called. Victoria came to your house. I know. Did you talk to her? No. She was crying on your porch for 15 minutes. I know. And you didn't open the door? No. His voice was strained. She's falling apart, Mom. That's not my responsibility. She's my wife, the mother of your children, and she needs to learn that actions have consequences. You sound so cold. Maybe I am cold. Maybe that's what happens when someone you welcomed into your family treats you like garbage for a year and then publicly mocks you. She's sorry. She's sorry she got caught. There's a difference. What do you want from her? I already told you. Public apology. Admitting she was wrong. Taking responsibility. She says if she does that, her family will disown her. Then she values their approval more than she values making this right. That's not fair. Life isn't fair, Daniel. She's learning that now. We hung up, I made dinner, sat alone at my table, looked at the empty chairs where my family used to sit every Sunday. My phone buzzed. Trevor, just checking in. How are you holding up? I'm okay. You sure? This whole thing is getting messier, I know. Daniel told me Victoria went to your house. Yeah, I didn't let her in. Good. She's spiraling pretty hard. Not my problem. Mom, I'm worried about you. Don't be. I'm fine. Are you, though? Because from where I'm sitting, you just nuked your relationship with Daniel and Victoria. You might lose access to your grandkids, and you're getting harassment from Victoria's family, all over a Facebook post. It wasn't just a post. It was the final straw after a year of disrespect. I get that. But was it worth this? I don't know yet. Ask me in 6 months. The harassment continued for 3 days. Anonymous texts. Fake Facebook accounts leaving comments on my old posts. Someone left a bag of garbage on my porch. I filed a police report, but they said there wasn't much they could do without proof of who was doing it. On day 4, it stopped. Everything went quiet. No texts, no calls, no knocks on my door. It was worse than the harassment. At least when they were angry, I knew what was happening. The silence meant they were planning something. On day 7, Patricia called. "We have a problem." "What kind of problem?" "Victoria's lawyer sent a letter. They're claiming you're illegally evicting them." "On what grounds?" "They're saying Daniel has tenant rights because he's been living there for 6 years. He's paid utilities and maintenance. They're arguing that constitutes rent and that he's established tenancy." "Can they do that?" "They can argue it. Doesn't mean they'll win. But it could delay things." "How long? Months?" "Maybe longer if they fight hard enough." I felt my stomach drop. "So they could stay in the house? Until it's resolved in court, yes." "What are my options?" "We go to court and fight it. Present evidence that they never paid rent, that the property is solely in your name, that they were living there as a gift. But you need to be prepared. This could get expensive and messy." "How expensive?" "Legal fees could run $20,000 or more if it drags out. And there's no guarantee you'll win quickly." I sat down. "They're doing this because Victoria won't apologize. Probably. It's a power play. Making you spend money and time in the hopes you'll back down." "I won't back down." "Then we fight." I hung up and immediately called Daniel. "We need to talk." His voice was wary. "About what?" "About the lawyer Victoria hired." Long pause. "How did you know about that?" Patricia got the letter. "Daniel, what are you doing?" "We're protecting ourselves." "By claiming you pay rent when you've never paid a dime in 6 years?" "We pay utilities, maintenance. That's not rent and you know it." Victoria's lawyer thinks differently. Victoria's lawyer is billing her $300 an hour to drag this out. "Do you have any idea how much this is going to cost you?" "We have to try. Even if it destroys what's left of our relationship?" There was a long silence. Then he said, "You destroyed it first when you posted those documents." "I posted proof after Victoria publicly humiliated me, and you all called me a liar. You humiliated us." "I defended myself." "There's a difference." "Well, now we're defending ourselves." "By lying to a court?" "We're not lying. We have a legitimate case." "No, you don't. You've been living in my house rent-free because I love you. Because I wanted you to have stability. And now you're trying to twist that generosity into some kind of legal obligation. What did you expect us to do? Just roll over?" "I expected you to act like adults. To have a conversation. To show me a shred of the respect I've shown you for 6 years." His voice got hard. "You showed respect by evicting us?" "I showed boundaries. And now you're learning that actions have consequences." "So are you." We hung up. I sat there feeling something shift in my chest. This wasn't just about the house anymore. This was about winning. About who could hurt who more. I'd started this to set a boundary. Now it was war. Over the next 2 weeks, things escalated. Victoria posted a GoFundMe. "Family displaced by vindictive mother-in-law." It raised $3,400 in 4 days. Daniel stopped answering my calls. Trevor told me they'd hired a second lawyer. Someone who specialized in tenant rights. Patricia filed a motion to dismiss their claim. We had a court date scheduled for 6 weeks out. My other son stopped calling. At Sunday dinner, the one tradition I thought would survive this, nobody showed up. I sat alone at a table set for 8. At week 3, Sienna's school called. "This is Principal Morris from Riverside Elementary. I'm calling about Sienna Thorne." My heart jumped. "Is she okay?" "She's fine physically, but we've had some concerns. Her teacher says she's been withdrawn lately, not participating in class. She broke down crying yesterday during reading time." "Did she say why?" "She told her teacher that her family is falling apart, that her grandma is making them move, that her mommy cries all the time." I closed my eyes. "We wanted to reach out because we're seeing some behavioral changes. She's normally such a bright, engaged student. Is everything okay at home? There's been some family stress?" "I understand. Is there anything we should know? Anything that might help us support her?" "Just that we're working through it." "Okay. Well, please don't hesitate to reach out if you need resources. We have a school counselor available." "Thank you." I hung up and immediately called Daniel. It went to voicemail. I texted. "Sienna's school called. We need to talk about how this is affecting the kids." No response. I tried again. "Daniel, whatever is happening between us, the kids don't deserve this." Read receipt. No reply. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Sienna crying in class, about Julian asking why Grandma didn't love them anymore, about the empty chairs at Sunday dinner. At 2:30 a.m., I got out of bed and opened my laptop. I drafted an email to Patricia. Subject: settlement offer. I want to propose a deal. They can stay in the house rent-free for 1 more year. At the end of that year, they need to move out or start paying market rate rent. $2,800 per month. In exchange, Victoria posts a public apology and they drop the legal case. I sent it at 2:47 a.m. Patricia responded at 7:15. "Are you sure about this? Because once we offer it, it shows weakness. They'll know you're willing to negotiate." "I don't care about looking weak. I care about my grandchildren." "Let me send it." She did. 3 days of silence. Then Daniel called. "We got your offer. And we'll take it. With conditions." I felt my chest tighten. "What conditions?" "The apology is private. Not public, no. It has to be public. She's not going to humiliate herself online. She already humiliated me online. That's the point. Mom, please, be reasonable. I am being reasonable. I'm giving you another full year rent-free. All I'm asking is for Victoria to take accountability publicly. She won't do it. Then the offer is off the table. There was muffled talking, Victoria's voice in the background. Then Daniel again. What if she apologizes just to you, in person? No, this isn't about me accepting her apology. This is about her showing everyone who laughed at that post that she was wrong. You're asking her to destroy her relationship with her family. I'm asking her to do the right thing. Her family won't understand. Then she needs to decide what matters more. Their approval or her children having a stable home. That's manipulative. That's a choice. Every action is a choice. She chose to post that photo. She's choosing not to apologize publicly. These are her decisions. You're giving her an impossible choice? No, I'm giving her a fair choice. Own what she did or face the consequences. We can't accept those terms. Then I'll see you in court. Wait, his voice cracked. Please, there has to be another way. There is. She apologizes publicly. Simple as that. What if we compromise? She posts an apology but doesn't tag anyone? Doesn't mention the original post? She just says she's sorry for being disrespectful to family? I thought about it. Fine, but it has to be genuine. And it has to stay up for at least 30 days. Deal. And you drop the legal case immediately. We will. I'll have Patricia draw up the agreement. You'll need to sign it and have it notarized. We can do that. One more thing, yes? I want to see my grandchildren. This Sunday. Dinner at my house. Just me and them. No Victoria, no you. Just me and Sienna and Julian. Daniel was quiet for a long time. Okay. Sunday at 5 p.m.? Yes, I'll see you then. We hung up. I sat there feeling something unclench in my chest. It wasn't over. Not even close. But maybe there was a way through this that didn't end with me losing everything. Patricia sent the agreement that afternoon. Daniel and Victoria signed it the next morning. On Friday, Victoria posted, I want to apologize to my family. I made some choices recently that were hurtful and disrespectful. I let stress and frustration guide my actions instead of thinking about the people I was hurting. Family is everything. And I'm sorry for forgetting that. Thank you to everyone who supported us through this difficult time. We're learning and growing. It wasn't perfect. She didn't mention me by name. Didn't reference the original post. Didn't fully own what she'd done. But it was something. The comments were mixed. Some people praised her for apologizing. Others said she was only doing it because she had to. Her mother commented, You have nothing to apologize for. Victoria replied, I appreciate you, Mom. But I do. I needed to take responsibility. That was something. Not enough. But something. Sunday came. At 4:55 p.m., Daniel's car pulled into my driveway. I watched from the window as Sienna and Julian got out. Daniel stayed in the car. They walked to the door slowly, hesitant. I opened it before they could knock. Hi, my loves. Sienna looked at me with big eyes. Hi, Grandma. Are you mad at us? Oh, sweetheart, no, never. Come here. They both rushed forward and hugged me. I held them tight and felt tears burning behind my eyes. We went inside. I'd made Sienna's favorite, mac and cheese with the breadcrumb topping, and Julian's favorite cookies, double chocolate chip. We sat at the table, the same table where we'd had Sunday dinners for years. Why did you and Mommy fight? Sienna asked. Sometimes adults disagree about important things. Are you going to make us move? I looked at her carefully. Your mom and dad are figuring that out. But no matter what happens with the house, I'm always going to be your grandma. That doesn't change. Julian was quiet. Then he said, Mommy said you don't love us anymore. My heart broke. That's not true. I love you both so much. More than anything. Then why haven't we seen you? Because your mom and I needed some time to work things out. But I've missed you every single day. Sienna's eyes filled with tears. I missed you too. We ate dinner, talked about school, about their friends, about the soccer season starting soon. Normal things. Easy things. At 6:30, Daniel texted, Time to go. I walked them to the door. Sienna hugged me tight. Can we come back next week? I'd love that. We'll see what your parents say. Okay. They got in the car. Daniel didn't look at me. Just pulled out of the driveway. I stood on my porch and watched them disappear down the street. That night, Trevor called. I heard about the settlement. Yeah, that was big of you. Or weak, depends who you ask. I think it was smart. You got what you needed. Did I? Victoria apologized. Sort of. She posted an apology. That's not the same as being sorry. Maybe not. But it's a start, is it? Because from where I'm sitting, she's still living rent-free in my house for another year. And after that year, she'll probably move out and I'll never see my grandchildren again. You don't know that. Yes, I do. This bought me time. That's all. Maybe time is enough. For what? To rebuild. To show them you're not the villain Victoria made you out to be. I don't want to have to prove I'm not a villain. I want my family back. Then keep showing up. Keep being the grandmother you've always been. Eventually, they'll see the truth. What if they don't? Then at least you'll know you tried. We hung up. I sat in the quiet and wondered if he was right. The next few months were strange. Sienna and Julian came over most Sundays. Sometimes Daniel dropped them off and left immediately. Sometimes he came in for a few minutes, made small talk, asked about my week. It felt forced, awkward, but it was something. Victoria never came. In month 4, Daniel called. We need to talk about something. Okay, Victoria's pregnant. My stomach dropped. Oh, yeah, we just found out. She's about 8 weeks along. I didn't know what to say. Congratulations felt wrong. I'm sorry felt worse. Finally, I managed, how do you feel about it? Scared, excited, I don't know. We weren't planning this, but it's happening. Is Victoria okay? Physically, yes. Emotionally, she's a mess. She's worried about bringing a baby into all this chaos. I took a breath. Are you staying in the house? We can't afford to move now. Not with a baby coming. Medical bills and everything, so we need to talk about the rent. The agreement says after 1 year, it's $2,800 a month or we move out. Yes, we can't afford that and a baby. What are you asking? Can we extend the rent-free arrangement? For how long? Maybe another year? Until the baby's one? I closed my eyes. Daniel, I can't keep subsidizing your family forever. I know, but we're drowning here. Victoria's insurance doesn't cover much. We're looking at $5,000 in medical costs even with insurance, plus baby supplies and everything else. You have savings, we did, before the lawyer fees. You spent your savings on lawyers to fight me instead of just moving out? We thought we had a case. Well, you didn't, and now you're asking me to bail you out again. I heard him breathing on the other end. Please, Mom, I'll think about it. That's all I can say right now. Thank you. We hung up. I called Patricia. They want another year rent-free? Of course they do. Can I say no? You can say whatever you want. It's your house. But legally? Legally, the agreement says they start paying rent or move out after 1 year. You're not obligated to extend that. What would you do? Patricia laughed softly. I'd tell them to figure it out. But I'm not a grandmother. I sat with it for 3 days. Then I called Daniel back. I'll give you 6 more months rent-free. After that, you pay half rent, $400. And after another 6 months, you pay full rent or you move out. That's the final offer. Daniel was quiet. Okay, we can do that. I'm also going to need it in writing, with both your signatures. And if you're late on rent even once, the deal is off. Understood. One more thing. Yes, I want to be involved with this baby. I want to be at the hospital when they're born. I want to babysit. I want to be a grandmother. Not just someone you call when you need money. There was a long pause. I'll talk to Victoria. That's not an answer, I know. But it's all I can give you right now. Fair enough, we hung up. The baby was born in November, a girl. They named her Iris. I got a text from Daniel with a photo. She's here. 7 pounds, 3 ounces. Everyone's healthy. I stared at the photo. A tiny face. Eyes closed. Wrapped in a pink blanket. I texted back. She's beautiful, congratulations. No response about visiting. No invitation to the hospital. I waited 2 days. Then I showed up with a gift basket. Diapers, wipes, baby clothes. A handmade blanket I'd ordered from someone on Etsy. Victoria opened the door. She looked exhausted. Dark circles under her eyes. Hair in a messy bun. Oh, hi, I brought some things for the baby. She looked at the basket, then at me. Thank you. Can I come in? Just for a minute. I want to meet her. Victoria hesitated, then stepped aside. The house was a mess. Baby supplies everywhere. Dishes in the sink. Laundry piled on the couch. I didn't comment. Just followed her to the living room where Iris was sleeping in a bassinet. She's perfect. Yeah, she is. We stood there in awkward silence. Finally, Victoria said thank you for the basket. You're welcome. And thank you for the extra time. Daniel told you? Yes, we're really grateful. I looked at her. Victoria, I know we've had our problems, but I want to be part of this baby's life. I want to be a real grandmother to all 3 kids, not just someone who sends gifts. She looked down. I know. It's just hard. I understand, but I'm not going anywhere. And I'm willing to work on this if you are. She nodded slowly. Okay. Daniel appeared from the hallway. Mom. Hi. I brought some things. He looked at Victoria. She nodded. It's fine. Daniel walked over and hugged me. It was stiff but real. Thank you for coming, of course. I looked at all 3 of them. Daniel, Victoria, the baby. This was my family. Broken and messy and complicated, but mine. I stayed for 20 minutes. Made small talk. Held Iris for a few minutes while Victoria used the bathroom. When I left, Victoria walked me to the door. Eleanor. I turned. I'm sorry for everything. I know you are. Can we start over? I don't think we can start over, but maybe we can start forward. She nodded. I'd like that. I drove home and cried in my driveway for 10 minutes. Not sad tears, just release. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't even close to healed, but it was movement. Over the next year, things slowly got better. Sienna and Julian came over every Sunday. Sometimes Victoria came too. It was awkward at first. Lots of careful conversation, avoiding certain topics. But gradually it got easier. They started paying half rent after 6 months, on time every month. When Iris turned 6 months old, Victoria asked if I wanted to babysit, just for a few hours while she ran errands. Yes, I said. Absolutely yes. She dropped Iris off on a Thursday morning, the same day I used to babysit Sienna and Julian years ago. Thank you for this, of course. Victoria hesitated at the door. I really am sorry. About the post. About everything. I know, I forgive you. Her eyes filled with tears. I don't deserve that. Maybe not, but I'm giving it to you anyway. After she left, I sat with Iris in my living room, fed her a bottle, changed her diaper, sang her the same songs I'd sung to her siblings. And I realized something. This whole thing, the fight, the eviction notice, the lawyers, all of it, it hadn't been about the house. It had been about being seen, about refusing to be erased. Victoria's post had asked if people would erase me, and I'd responded by making myself impossible to ignore, by setting a boundary so loud and so firm that nobody could pretend I didn't matter. Was it worth it? I didn't know yet. Maybe I never would. But sitting there with my granddaughter asleep in my arms in the house I'd fought to keep, with a family that was slowly learning to respect me, maybe it was. Or maybe it would be, eventually. At the 1-year mark, Daniel called. We found a place. An apartment about 3 miles from here. 2 bedrooms. It's small, but it's ours. We can afford it without help. I felt my chest tighten. So you're moving out, yeah, next month. The lease starts September 1st. Okay, Mom, I want you to know. This past year has been hard, but it taught me something. What? That I need to stand on my own. That I can't keep relying on you to save me. And that I should have defended you a long time ago. Better late than never, I mean it. Victoria and I have been going to therapy, working through stuff, and one thing that keeps coming up is how I let her treat you, how I didn't set boundaries, how I chose the easy path instead of the right one. You're setting boundaries now. Yeah, we are. I'm proud of you, thanks, that means a lot. They moved out in September. I helped them pack, loaded boxes into the moving truck, watched them drive away. The house sat empty for 2 months. Then I listed it for rent. Got a nice young couple, teachers, no kids yet, but hoping someday. They take good care of it. Send me photos when they paint or make improvements. It's not my son living there anymore, but it's still mine. On Christmas, we all gathered at my house. Daniel and Victoria and the kids, Trevor and his family, my other sons. We squeezed around the table, passed dishes, told stories, laughed. At one point, Sienna asked, Grandma, remember when we couldn't come over for a while? I looked at Victoria. She looked back. We both knew exactly what Sienna was talking about. I do, sweetheart. That was a hard time. Why did that happen? Because sometimes families go through rough patches, but we got through it. Are we still in a rough patch? No, honey. I think we're okay now. Good. I like it better when we're all together. Me too. After dinner, Victoria helped me clean up. We stood at the sink washing dishes in silence for a while. Then she said, I think about that post a lot. The one with your face circled. I don't, really? Really, because I won. You won? I'm still here. I'm still part of this family. And everyone in this house knows they can't take me for granted. She smiled a little. You're tougher than I gave you credit for. I've had to be. She handed me a dish to dry. For what it's worth, I'm glad you didn't let me get away with it. Me too. We finished the dishes, joined everyone in the living room, watched the kids open presents, drank coffee and ate cookies. And when everyone finally left, I stood in my quiet house and looked at the mess. Wrapping paper on the floor, dishes in the sink, coats forgotten on chairs. Evidence that my family had been here, that I hadn't been erased, that I'd fought for my place and won. Was it perfect? No. Was it worth it? Yes. Every single day. Yes, update 1. 4 months later, things were stable for a while. Daniel and Victoria were managing in their apartment. I saw the kids every other week. Birthdays, holidays, normal grandparent stuff. Then February happened. Daniel called me at 6:30 on a Tuesday morning. I was still in bed. Mom. His voice sounded wrong. What's wrong? Can you come over? Right now? Now. I threw on clothes and drove to their apartment. My mind was racing through possibilities. Someone hurt. Someone sick, the baby. When I got there, Victoria answered the door. Her face was blotchy from crying. What happened? Come in. The apartment was dark. Curtains drawn. Daniel was sitting at the kitchen table with papers spread in front of him, his head in his hands. I looked at Victoria. She wouldn't meet my eyes. Someone needs to tell me what's going on. Daniel looked up. I lost my job. When Friday. They let me go. Downsizing. Last hired, first fired. I felt my stomach drop. Do you have severance? 2 weeks pay. That's it. What about unemployment? I filed yesterday. But it takes time, and it won't cover everything. How behind are you? Victoria spoke up. We paid March rent, but we used the last of our savings. We have about $400 in checking. The electricity bill is due next week. $180, then water, then car insurance. I sat down. What about your job? I looked at Victoria. I'm part-time at the preschool. I make $50 an hour, 20 hours a week. After taxes, that's not enough to cover rent. We sat in silence. Finally, I said, "What do you need?" Daniel shook his head. "We're not asking for money." "Then why did you call me?" "Because I didn't know who else to tell." I looked at the papers on the table. Bills, bank statements, a rejection letter from another job. "How many places have you applied?" 42. "Since Friday?" "Since January. I've been worried about this for weeks. The company's been struggling. I just didn't want to believe they'd actually let me go." "Why didn't you tell me?" "What were you gonna do? Give me a job?" "No, but I could have helped you prepare." "Started saving differently. Made a plan. I didn't want to worry anyone." Victoria made a sound. Might have been a laugh. Might have been a sob. "Now we're going to lose the apartment. Do you have family who can help?" "Her family?" Victoria finally looked at me. "I'm not asking them. Why not?" "Because my mother will say I told you so. She'll say we should have stayed in your house, that we never should have moved out. We'll never hear the end of it." I understood that. Pride is expensive. I know. Daniel stood up. "I'll find something. I just need time." "How much time?" "I don't know. A month? Maybe 2? "You don't have 2 months. You have 2 weeks before you're late on rent." "What do you want me to say, Mom?" "I don't have the answers right now." I stood up too. "I'm going to help you. I'm not asking your permission. I'm telling you. But there are conditions." Daniel's face hardened. "What conditions?" "You take whatever job you can find. I don't care if it's not in your field. I don't care if it pays less than you want. You work. Period. Fine, and you let me help with the kids. Victoria can go full-time at the preschool. I'll watch Iris during the day. That way you're not paying for daycare." Victoria shook her head. "I can't ask you to do that." "You're not asking." "I'm offering. Why?" "Because you're family. And because those babies don't deserve to suffer because their parents hit a rough patch." "How much are you offering?" I looked at Daniel. "Enough to cover the gap until you're back on your feet." "But I'm not paying your rent indefinitely. This is temporary help, not a permanent solution." He nodded slowly. "Okay, I'll write you a check today. You pay your bills. You apply to every job you see, and we revisit this in 30 days. If you don't have a job by then, we make harder decisions." "What kind of decisions?" "Bankruptcy, moving, whatever it takes. Because I'm not going to watch you drown. Not when you have 3 children counting on you." Victoria started crying again. "Why are you doing this? After everything?" "Because that's what family does. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard." I wrote them a check for $3,000, drove to the bank, and transferred another $2,000 into their account. When I got home, Trevor called. "Did you just give Daniel money?" "How did you know?" "He texted me. Said you're helping them out." "Yes." "Mom, you can't keep bailing them out." "I'm not bailing them out. I'm helping them through an emergency." "What's the difference?" "One is enabling. One is support." "This is enabling." "He lost his job. That's not his fault." "No, but they should have had savings. They should have been prepared. They're young. They're learning. They're in their 30s with 3 kids. That's not young. Maybe not. But they're still my son. And those are still my grandchildren." Trevor was quiet. "Then, how much did you give them?" "Enough. That's not an answer. It's the only answer you're getting." "This is going to blow up in your face." "Maybe. But at least I'll know I tried." We hung up. I sat in my car in the bank parking lot and wondered if he was right. Was I enabling? Was I making it too easy for them to avoid responsibility? Or was I just being a mother? I didn't know. Over the next 3 weeks, I watched Iris Monday through Friday. 8 hours a day. Victoria went full-time at the preschool. Got a small raise. $16 to $50 an hour now. Daniel applied to 67 more jobs. Got 3 interviews, no offers. At week 4, I sat down with them again. "Any luck?" "Not yet. But I have 2 more interviews next week." "Okay. What kind of jobs?" "One's customer service. Call center. The other is assistant manager at a retail store. Pay? Call center is $19 an hour. Retail is $17 plus commission. You take whichever offers first. Even if it's not what I want. Especially if it's not what you want. You don't have the luxury of being picky right now." "I know," Victoria spoke up. "I applied for a full-time position at the preschool. Lead teacher. It's $22 an hour. When will you hear?" "Next week." "Good. Between both of your incomes, you should be able to cover expenses. Barely. Barely is better than not at all." I looked at Daniel. "You've been out of work for 5 weeks. You're using my money to stay afloat. I need to see progress." "I'm trying. Try harder." His face flushed. "What do you want from me?" "To take anything? Fast food, warehouse, grocery store. I don't care. You swallow your pride and you work. That's not my field. Your field doesn't have openings, so you adapt." His jaw tightened, but he nodded. The next week, Daniel got hired at the call center. $19 an hour. Full-time with benefits starting after 90 days. It was a 33% pay cut from his old job. He started the following Monday. Victoria got the lead teacher position. $22 an hour. She started the same week. With both of them working, they were bringing home about $2,600 a month after taxes. Their rent was $1,400. Utilities, $200. Car payment, insurance, gas, $450. Groceries, $400. That left $150 for everything else. It was tight, really tight, but it was theirs. I stopped giving them money, kept watching Iris, started charging them $50 a week for babysitting. Not because I needed it, but because they needed to learn to budget for childcare. At 3 months, Daniel called. I got offered a better position. Where? Different company. Still call center stuff, but supervisor role. $25 an hour. When do you start? That's the thing. I'd have to give 2 weeks notice at my current job. And the new job wants me to start in 3 weeks. So I'd have a week with no income. Can you cover it? I was quiet. Please, Mom, I'll pay you back. I'll have it in writing. Whatever you want. How much do you need? $800. That'll cover bills for the week I'm not working. I thought about it, fine, but this is a loan, not a gift. You pay me back $100 a month starting with your first paycheck from the new job. Deal. I transferred the money that afternoon. Daniel started his new job 3 weeks later. He paid me back $100 a month for 8 months. Then called. I want to pay you the rest. All at once. Okay, can you come over this weekend? I want to give you a check in person. Saturday, I drove to their apartment. Daniel answered the door with a smile. Come in. The apartment looked different. Cleaner, more organized. New furniture in the living room. I looked around. You've been busy. Victoria got a promotion. She's assistant director now, $28 an hour. And I got another raise at work. I'm at 27 now. That's wonderful. Yeah, we're actually doing okay. For the first time in a long time, we're not drowning. He handed me a check. $900. The remaining $800 I owed you plus an extra $100 for watching Iris all those months. You don't have to do that. I want to. You saved us, Mom. When we were at our lowest, you showed up. Even after everything that happened with the house and Victoria's post, you still showed up. I took the check. Thank you. We sat down. Victoria came out from the bedroom with Iris on her hip. Hi, Eleanor. Hi. She sat next to Daniel. We wanted to talk to you about something. I felt my guard go up. Okay, we're buying a house. My eyebrows went up. Really? We've been saving for 6 months. We have $15,000 for a down payment. We found a place about 10 minutes from here. 3 bedrooms. Small yard. It needs work, but it's ours. When? We close in April. That's amazing. Victoria smiled. We wanted you to know first, before we told anyone else, because none of this would be possible without you. I felt my throat tighten. You did this. Not me. No, you gave us the foundation. The help when we needed it. The tough love when we didn't want it. You taught us how to stand up, how to be responsible, how to ask for help without being ashamed. I looked at both of them. I'm proud of you. Daniel's eyes got wet. That means everything. We talked for another hour. About the house. About their plans. About the kids. When I left, Daniel walked me to my car. Mom, yes? I never really apologized. For the way things went down with the house. For letting Victoria treat you the way she did. For not defending you. You've apologized before, I know. But I don't think I really understood what I was apologizing for until now. And what are you apologizing for now? For taking you for granted. For assuming you'd always be there no matter how we treated you. For not recognizing that your generosity was a gift, not an obligation. I hugged him. Apology accepted. He pulled back. I love you, Mom. I love you too. I drove home feeling something settle in my chest. Peace, maybe. Or closure. Or just the quiet satisfaction of knowing that the hard thing I'd done, setting that boundary, refusing to be erased, had led to this. To them standing on their own. To a relationship built on respect instead of obligation. It hadn't been easy. It hadn't been clean. But it had worked. 3 months later, they closed on their house. I helped them move in, painted the kids' bedrooms with them, planted flowers in the front yard. At the housewarming party, Victoria pulled me aside. Thank you. For what? For not giving up on us. I smiled. I'm stubborn. She laughed. I noticed. Can I ask you something? Sure. Why did you keep helping? After everything. Why didn't you just walk away? I thought about it. Because walking away would have been easier. And I've never been interested in easy. Plus, I knew you were worth fighting for. Even when you didn't know it yourselves. Her eyes filled with tears. I don't deserve you. Maybe not. But you've got me anyway. We hugged. And standing there in her new house, surrounded by family and mess and noise, I realized something. That photo she'd posted 2 years ago. The one with my face circled. The one asking if people would erase me. I'd turned that moment of humiliation into the catalyst for everything that came after. For boundaries. For respect. For a family that had broken and rebuilt itself stronger. Would I erase it if I could? That post, that fight, all of it. No, I wouldn't change a single thing. Update 2. 1 year after the house purchase. I didn't expect the call at 10:30 p.m. on a Thursday. Daniel's name on my screen. I answered, hello? Mom. His voice was shaking. What's wrong? It's Victoria. She's in the hospital. My heart stopped. What happened? She collapsed at work. They think it's her gallbladder. They're doing surgery tonight. Emergency surgery. Where are you? County General. I'm in the waiting room with the kids. The kids are there? I didn't have time to find a sitter. It all happened so fast. I'm coming. I grabbed my purse and keys, drove to the hospital, found Daniel in the surgical waiting room. Sienna and Julian were asleep on chairs. Iris was fussy in his arms. I took Iris. You look exhausted. I am. What did the doctor say? Her gallbladder is infected. It could rupture if they don't remove it now. Is she going to be okay? They think so. But she's scared. She kept crying before they took her back. I sat down next to Sienna, put my free hand on her hair. She stirred but didn't wake. How long has she been having symptoms? A few weeks. She thought it was just stress, bad diet. She kept saying she'd go to the doctor after things calmed down at work. Daniel rubbed his face. I should have made her go sooner. You can't force someone to take care of themselves. I know, but still. We sat in silence. Iris fell asleep against my shoulder. At 11:47 p.m., a doctor came out. Family of Victoria Thorne? Daniel stood up. I'm her husband. The surgery went well. We removed the gallbladder. It was severely inflamed, but we got it before it ruptured. Can I see her? She's in recovery now. Give us about 30 minutes to get her settled. Then you can go back. 2 at a time. Thank you. The doctor left. Daniel sat back down and dropped his head into his hands. She's okay. She's okay. The kids need to go home. Let me take them. You stay with Victoria. Are you sure? Of course. I'll take them to my house. They can sleep there tonight. You focus on your wife. He looked at me. Thank you. I woke up Sienna and Julian gently. Come on, loves. You're coming to Grandma's house tonight. Sienna rubbed her eyes. Is Mommy okay? She's going to be fine. She just needs to rest. We loaded into my car. Got them home by 12:30. Set them up in the guest room. Sienna and Julian in the bed. Iris in the portable crib I kept for visits. I stayed up watching them sleep for a while. Then went to my own bed. But I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Victoria. About how young she was. How 3 kids was a lot to handle. How they'd just bought that house. At 6:15 a.m., Daniel called. How are the kids? Still sleeping. How's Victoria? Awake. In pain, but okay. They're saying she can go home tomorrow if there are no complications. That's good. Yeah. Mom, I don't know how we're going to manage this. What do you mean? She can't lift anything over 10 pounds for 6 weeks. She can't drive for 2 weeks. She can't work for at least 4 weeks. Maybe longer depending on how she heals. Okay, we can't afford for her to miss 4 weeks of work. Even with short-term disability, it's only 60% of her pay, and I can't take time off. I just started this position 8 months ago. I don't have enough PTO saved up. I was quiet. You're going to need help, I know, but I don't know who to ask. You're asking me. Are you offering? I'm telling you. I'll help. Mom, it's too much. You already watch Iris 3 days a week. Now you'd have to help with Victoria too. Help with meals. Driving the kids around. It's too much to ask. You're not asking. I'm offering. Why do you keep doing this? Because that's what family does. We show up, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. He was quiet. I don't know what to say. Say yes. Okay, yes. Victoria came home Friday afternoon. I was already at their house with a week's worth of frozen meals. Lasagna, soup, casseroles, things they could heat up easily. Daniel helped her inside. She looked pale and tired, moved slowly. I hugged her carefully. How are you feeling? Like I got hit by a truck. That's probably the anesthesia. It'll get better. She looked at the food on the counter. Did you make all this? I did. You didn't have to. I know, but I did anyway. For the next 4 weeks, I showed up every morning at 7 a.m., got the kids ready for school, drove them, came back and helped Victoria, changed her bandages, made sure she took her medication, made lunch, did laundry, picked up the kids from school, made dinner, helped with homework. Daniel would get home around 6:30, I'd leave. And then I'd come back the next morning and do it again. At week 2, Victoria broke down crying. I just helped her into the shower. She couldn't lift her arms high enough to wash her hair by herself. I can't do this. Yes, you can. I'm so useless right now. You're healing. That's not useless. I can't even take care of my own kids. Your kids are fine. They're fed. They're safe. They're loved. That's what matters. She sobbed. I hate this. I hate being weak. You're not weak. You're recovering from surgery. There's a difference. Why are you being so nice to me? I looked at her. Because you're family. Even after everything? Especially after everything. At week 3, Victoria's mother showed up unannounced. I was in the kitchen making lunch when the doorbell rang. I answered, Regina. She looked surprised to see me. What are you doing here? Helping Victoria? Where is she? Resting upstairs. Regina pushed past me. I followed. She went straight to Victoria's bedroom, knocked once and walked in. Victoria was in bed, looked exhausted. Mom, why didn't you tell me you had surgery? I did tell you. You sent a text. That's not the same as calling. I was in the hospital, Mom. I wasn't exactly thinking straight. Regina looked at me. And you didn't think to call me? I'm not in charge of Victoria's relationship with her mother. That's between you two. She turned back to Victoria. I would have come helped. You're busy. Not too busy for my daughter. Why is she here and not me? Victoria closed her eyes. Mom, please, don't start. I'm just asking a question. Eleanor has been helping because she offered. Did you offer? Regina's face flushed. I would have if I'd known it was this serious. Well, now you know. So what are you going to do? What do you mean? Victoria sat up a little. Are you going to help? Or are you going to criticize the person who has been showing up every single day for 3 weeks? I'm not criticizing. Yes, you are. You always do. You show up and point out everything I'm doing wrong. Everything everyone else is doing wrong. But you never actually help. That's not fair, isn't it? When's the last time you babysat the kids? Or brought me a meal? Or did anything besides complain? Regina stood there, silent. Victoria's voice softened. I love you, Mom, but Eleanor has been here every single day, taking care of me, taking care of my kids. Not because she had to, because she wanted to. That's the difference. Regina looked at me, then back at Victoria. Fine, I can see I'm not wanted here. That's not what I'm saying. It sounds like it. I'm saying I need support, not judgment. And right now, Eleanor is giving me support. If you want to help, I'd love that. But you have to actually help, not just show up and make everything about you. Regina grabbed her purse. Call me when you're feeling better. She left. Victoria looked at me. I'm sorry about that. Don't be. She's your mother. She's complicated. Most mothers are. At week 4, Victoria went back to work part-time. 3 days a week. 4-hour shifts. It was all she could handle. I kept watching Iris, kept helping with the other kids, kept making meals. One afternoon, Victoria came home early. I was folding laundry in the living room. Hey, you're home early. Yeah, I needed to talk to you. I felt my stomach tighten. Okay. She sat down across from me. I've been thinking a lot about the past 2 years. Since that post, everything that happened after. All the fighting and the lawyers and the eviction notice. I stayed quiet, and I realize now that I was wrong. About so much, but especially about you. I didn't say anything. You weren't trying to control Daniel. You were trying to protect your relationship with your family. You weren't being vindictive when you evicted us. You were setting a boundary, and I hated you for it because it forced me to look at how I'd been treating you. Her voice broke. I was cruel. I was disrespectful. I tried to push you out because I felt threatened by how much Daniel loved you. And instead of dealing with my own insecurity, I made you the villain. I still didn't speak. I'm sorry. I know I've said it before, but I don't think I really meant it until now. Until I spent 4 weeks watching you show up for me every single day. Even after everything I did to you. Even after I tried to erase you. You didn't let me erase you. You fought back. And I hated you for it. But now I'm grateful. Because you taught me what real family looks like. I took a breath. Thank you for saying that. Do you forgive me? I forgave you a long time ago. Really? Really? But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It means choosing to move forward anyway. She nodded. I can live with that. Good. Because I'm not going anywhere. I know. That's what makes you different from my mom. How so? You show up even when it's hard. Even when I don't deserve it. You just keep showing up. That's what love looks like. She started crying. I don't know how to repay you. You don't have to repay me. Yes, I do. No, you just have to pass it on. Teach your kids to show up for people. Teach them that family means more than just sharing DNA. Teach them that boundaries are healthy and that respect is non-negotiable. That's how you repay me. Okay, I can do that. We sat in silence for a while. Then she said, can I ask you something? Sure, do you regret it? The eviction notice, all of it? I thought about it. No, I don't. Even though it almost destroyed your relationship with Daniel. Even though, because it didn't destroy us. It rebuilt us. Stronger, better, more honest. She smiled. You're kind of badass. I laughed. I'm kind of old and tired. Same thing. That night, Daniel called. Victoria told me about your conversation. And she's right. You are kind of badass. I rolled my eyes. Stop, I'm serious. You could have walked away from all of this. From us, from the mess we made. But you didn't. You stayed. You fought. You loved us even when we didn't love you back. I felt my throat tighten. You're my son. That's what mothers do. Not all mothers. Mine did. Then I got lucky. We both did. The line was quiet for a moment. Then he said, I'm buying you dinner tomorrow night, just us. I want to take you somewhere nice and say thank you properly. You don't have to do that, I know. But I want to. Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow, Mom. See you tomorrow. I hung up and sat in my quiet house. Looked at the photos on the walls. My family, broken and rebuilt. Messy and complicated and real. And mine. All mine. Update 3. 2 years after Victoria's surgery. Things were good for a while. Really good. Daniel got promoted again. Victoria was thriving at work. The kids were happy. We had Sunday dinners at their house. Holidays at mine. It felt normal, stable. Then June happened. I got a call from Sienna. She was crying. Grandma. Sweetheart, what's wrong? Can you come get me? Where are you? At Melissa's house. Her mom said I could call you. What happened? I don't want to talk about it on the phone. Just please come. I'm coming right now. I drove to Melissa's house. Sienna's best friend from school. Her mother answered the door. She looked concerned. Thank you for coming. What happened? Sienna hasn't told me much. Just that she needed to call her grandmother. Where is she? Upstairs in Melissa's room. I'll get her. Sienna came down a few minutes later. Eyes red, face blotchy. We got in the car. I didn't ask questions. Just drove. After a few minutes, she said, I got in a fight with Mom. About what? She went through my phone. Took it while I was sleeping and read all my messages. I felt my jaw tighten. Why? She said she was worried about me. That I'd been acting different, distant. Had you been? Maybe, I don't know. I'm 12. I'm supposed to have privacy. You are. Did she find something concerning? Just me and Melissa talking about boys. And about how annoying parents are. Normal stuff. Nothing bad. Did you tell her that? Yes, but she freaked out anyway. Started lecturing me about trust and responsibility. Said if I wanted privacy, I had to earn it. Earn it? Like it's a privilege she can just take away whenever she wants. We pulled into my driveway. Come inside. We sat at my kitchen table. I made hot chocolate even though it was June. Sometimes comfort doesn't follow seasons. Do you want me to call your mom? No, she's probably so mad at me right now. Why would she be mad? Because I yelled at her. Told her she was controlling and that I hated her. Then I grabbed my stuff and went to Melissa's house. I texted her where I was, but I haven't responded to anything else. How long ago was this? 3 hours. Sienna, she's probably worried sick. Good. Let her worry. Maybe she'll realize she was wrong. I took a sip of my hot chocolate. Can I tell you something? Sure. When your dad was about your age, I went through his backpack. What? Why? Because I found cigarettes in the garage and I thought they might be his. Were they? No, they were his friends. But I didn't know that. So I searched his room, his backpack, his desk, everything. And I found a note from a girl. Nothing bad. Just a typical middle school crush note. But I confronted him about it anyway. What did he say? He was furious. Told me I violated his privacy. That he'd never trust me again. Did you apologize? Eventually. But not right away. First, I defended myself. Said I was his mother and I had a right to know what was going on in his life. That sounds like what Mom said. Exactly. And your dad didn't talk to me for a week. Sienna looked at me. Did you regret it? Going through his stuff? Yes. Because I damaged our relationship over nothing. I should have just asked him about the cigarettes. Should have given him a chance to tell me the truth before I went snooping. So what do I do now? You go home. You have a conversation with your mom. You tell her how you feel. And you listen to how she feels. But she won't listen. She'll just lecture me more. Maybe. But you won't know unless you try. Sienna played with her mug. Will you come with me? To talk to her? If you want me to. I texted Victoria. Sienna is with me. We're coming over in 20 minutes. Victoria responded immediately. Thank God. Is she okay? She's fine. We'll talk when we get there. When we pulled up to the house, Victoria was standing in the doorway. She looked like she'd been crying. Sienna got out of the car slowly. Victoria walked toward her. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have gone through your phone. Sienna stopped. You shouldn't have. I know, I was wrong. You were? Victoria nodded. I was scared. You've been so distant lately. I thought maybe you were in trouble or someone was bullying you or something worse. So instead of asking me, you spied on me? Yes, and that was wrong. I should have talked to you first. Given you a chance to tell me what's going on? Sienna's shoulders relaxed a little. I know that now. Then why have you been so distant? Because you're always hovering. Always asking questions. I feel like I can't breathe. Victoria's face crumpled. I didn't realize. I'm 12. I need space. I need to figure things out on my own sometimes. You're right. I'm sorry. They hugged. I stood back and watched. When they finally pulled apart, Victoria looked at me. Thank you for bringing her home. Of course, can we talk? The three of us? Sure, we went inside. Sat in the living room. Victoria looked at Sienna. I want to make a deal with you. Okay, I'll give you more privacy. I won't go through your phone again without a really good reason. And I'll try to stop hovering so much. What do you need from me? For you to talk to me. If something's wrong or you're struggling with something, I need you to tell me. So I don't feel like I have to spy to know what's going on in your life. Sienna nodded. I can do that. And if I mess up again, you tell me. You don't just run away. Deal. They shook hands. It was sweet and a little silly, but it worked. After Sienna went upstairs, Victoria looked at me. How do you do this? Do what? Stay calm. You didn't freak out when she called you. You just came and got her and talked to her. That's what she needed. But how did you know? Because I've been doing this for a long time. And because I remember what it was like when Daniel was that age, when everything felt like the end of the world. Victoria wiped her eyes. I'm terrified I'm going to screw them up. You won't. How do you know? Because you care enough to worry about it. Bad parents don't worry about screwing up their kids. They just do whatever they want and assume it'll be fine. She laughed weakly. I guess that's true. You're doing better than you think. I hope so. I left feeling lighter. The crisis was over. The relationship was intact. Maybe even stronger. 2 weeks later, Daniel called. Can you come over Saturday? All of us want to talk to you. That sounds ominous. It's not bad. I promise. Just important. Saturday, I showed up at 2 p.m. The whole family was there. Daniel, Victoria, Sienna, Julian, Iris. They were all sitting in the living room, looking nervous. Okay, you're all freaking me out. What's going on? Daniel spoke first. We've been talking, as a family, about everything that's happened over the past few years. Okay, and we realized something. You've been showing up for us constantly. Through the eviction, through Daniel losing his job, through my surgery, through everything. You've been the one stable person in our lives. I didn't know what to say. We want to do something for you. Daniel pulled out an envelope, handed it to me. What is this? Open it. I opened it. Inside was a check. For $25,000, my hands started shaking. What is this? It's from all of us. We've been saving for 2 years. Every month, putting money aside. Why? Because you spent $340,000 on a house for us to live in. You spent $15,000 on our kitchen renovation. You gave us thousands when we were struggling. You watched our kids for free. You've given us everything. And we wanted to give something back. I stared at the check. This is too much. It's not enough, but it's a start. Daniel's voice was thick. You taught us that family shows up. That love is more than just words. It's action. And we want to show you that we've learned that we're going to keep showing up for you the way you've shown up for us. I started crying. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything. Just take it. Use it for something you want. A trip, home repairs, whatever makes you happy. I looked at all of them. Victoria was crying. Sienna was smiling. Julian gave me a thumbs up. Iris was playing with a toy, oblivious. Thank you. This means more than you know. We hugged, all of us. A big, messy family hug in the middle of their living room. And I realized something. This was it. This was what I'd fought for. Not the house. Not the money. Not even the apology. This, a family that showed up for each other. That chose love even when it was hard. That rebuilt itself every time it broke. Later that night, I deposited the check. Sat in my car in the bank parking lot. And I thought about that photo. The one Victoria had posted 4 years ago. My face circled in red. If you could erase one person from the family, who would you choose? She'd chosen me. And I'd refused to be erased. I'd fought back, set boundaries, demanded respect. And it had almost destroyed everything. Almost, but not quite. Because here we were, 4 years later, stronger, closer, better. Would I do it again? The eviction notice, the lawyers, the public fight, all of it. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Because some battles are worth fighting, some boundaries are worth setting, and some family is worth everything it takes to keep them. I started my car and drove home. And for the first time in 4 years, I felt completely at peace.